So, parsing the vocabulary of history, when you're talking about people who are talking about a history that goes back 18,000 years, that they had their own empire until 800 when the emperor was assassinated by Trisengitsen. Um, and that there was still some sort of outpost in Khotan for another 200 years. That would have been within Xinjiang when it fell. Historically, we're calling this area the Xiongnu area. A lot of people prefer the term Xiongnu, which means the evil slaves, the people that enslavement doesn't work on properly. See, what happened was out in that area, there was no regular employment. I mean, from all over the world, from Egypt to China, you didn't go get a job. You were enslaved. You worked for a while. You maybe got some rewards and stuff like that. If you pleased your master, you might be freed with some money, and then you would go set up your own homestead. Not all of your kids were needed on the homestead. Not all of your kids were useful on the homestead. So they would go to town, go to the market, and try to get bought by somebody so that they could start their own cycle. But the Xiongnu were the people that they would notice certain marks on people, and they would like go, that's not something I can use. I remember the last time I bought one of them. They're a pretty scary guy. I never thought that anybody could make mistakes like that, but they did. I never made my money back on that one. So eventually, over thousands of years, some of those people decided that these are positive traits. This is what's good about us. And they developed their own kind of national identity that generated all of the peoples of from North India into Siberia, into parts of China, parts of Tibet. And they had their own belief system, which is very similar to Buddhism. The differences, the primary difference that I'm most aware of is that karma is less important. It exists, but it's less important. And then there's the idea that despite impermanence, despite selflessness, there are circumstances that are durable to the point that they require acknowledgement, and that there are natures within people that seem to be more durable. We consider the soul. So those are things that may not exist in other people. They may not have those circumstances. It may not apply to them. We are not saying that the Buddha Shakyamuni was wrong. We're just saying that he pointed out that people of unusually dark skin, people of unusually light skin, people with unusually colored eyes, people with unusually colored hair should not be ordained. So that was something that I talked with Varakana about in Akhanishta, because I wanted to go, I wanted somebody to give me some sort of token that I could use with the Buddhists to say, hey, you're wrong, you should accept me. But that would have been black hair and brown eyes. And so I was not given that in my birth. That had to do with my circumstances. But they like to say that unless you are suitable to Buddhism, you have bad karma. And we think that that's kind of offensive.